The only thing that I have thought about now is that maybe Cyborg should have been given a little bit more backstory, because since he is integral to the mother boxes, there were parts where it looked really good, and then there were parts that didn't look as good.
I think that was the reshoot scenes.
Possibly.
They say it was 20% reshoots and 80%. I think that's bullshit. I think it was like 50% reshoots. I think half this movie was remade. All the shots with the quips and stuff is all Whedon, and there was a lot of them. And and there was so many shots and scenes in the trailers that we didn't get in the movie. So there might be a version that's extended, because the ending was originally about to be about bringing Darkseid.
Yes.
And then they changed the ending to be like Marvel style, the villain's done, and move on.
Yeah. Sure, I'd love a 3-hour version, even a 4-hour version. I'd love it, but so hopefully we get one.
I'm sure there will be.
I doubt it.
Because it looks like there's a lot of shots that they had that they cut out for time.
Yeah.
I think there will be an extended cut.
Oh, let's hope so.
There won't be a Snyder cut. There won't be a Snyder cut. There won't be a Snyder cut.
Oh, pity.
Like I told you, I have it, so it's just a question of like, we got to find a way to show it someday.
I reckon you should show it.
What, you think I should just show it?
Yeah, I think we should show.
I can't show the movie right now, because it's still a little bit to do. But I mean, there is this. I have this. I don't know if this is helpful. See that?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. And what can we say except, oh my god! How were we denied this in the first place?
Jesus, dude, that was amazing.
It's like,
that was actually quite, like, I'm actually blown away.
It's a fucking piece of art masterpiece. It's like, you go watch superhero movies, doesn't matter what it is, it could be any of the Avenger movies. There's always somewhere where you go,
Yeah.
And I don't know. It seems like what you need to tell your story is the time. But then the fucking powers that be always say, no, got it there.
Yeah, that's a very good point, that you need the time.
You need the time. Especially with something like this. I mean, granted, Marvel had 8 movies to set it all up, and they didn't, but having a 4-hour movie was, could have been longer.
I mean, there was, well, yeah, it could be longer, and it should be, but there was points when we were watching, going like, maybe, what was that all about? And then they explained it quite cleverly.
Yes, just
afterwards. Oh, okay, then we both looked at each other and went like, that makes so much more sense than how they did it in the previous one.
Exactly.
Like the motivation and how they were going to bring about Superman. The last one, it just felt like this crazy idea.
There we go.
But now there was like this whole thinking behind it.
There was a whole situation, a whole plan, and they executed it. And then it's just, everything's just so much different and better, and it's difficult to explain without it if you haven't seen it, but if you have, you'll know what the fuck we're talking about, because it makes sense.
That was quite special.
Oh,
it really was.
Jeez, that's I mean, you got to think now, critics were spot on this time. A lot of the ones the ratings I've seen, like I said, I haven't really read any reviews, but the ratings I've seen seem to correlate pretty well.
Yeah, well, if they don't, it's pretty much just people that were saying that this is setting a dangerous precedent, which to me, what's so dangerous about it?
Exactly. Yeah, you can think that, but in the end of the day, you're gonna say, but why not? Why not? Just do it.
I mean, look at Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yes.
When they were going like, what are you doing with that character design? That's not what we want.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, this is what I'm paraphrasing what they might have said. They went, every time we do these things and we make it look like cartoony, you guys complain. So we try to make it look more like in the life.
Yeah.
But then they're going, yeah, but it's Sonic the Hedgehog and we like the way it looked.
Yeah.
And then they went, okay, yeah, cool. We made a mistake, and then they backtracked.
Yeah.
That was preceding this.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this is like people standing up for the Fan Four Sticks movies like that.
Yeah.
Where it was just totally butchered up to shit.
Yeah.
And they were going like, we don't want the butcheredness. We
Yeah.
want what was planned
to us.
because that's what you sold us when you pitched it to us.
It's not like they were like, oh shit, Justice League in 2007 was terrible. Let's redo it and make it better. That's not it. It was better.
It was better already.
So,
they changed it because we said in the previous one that they should have stuck to their guns.
Yeah.
And this is proof that they should have stuck to their guns. But also, if they stuck to this, we wouldn't have got this 4 hour.
Yeah, that's true. It might have been 3 hours tops.
It might have been 3 hours, and it might have been a bit like, what about this? Like some complaints.
Yeah.
But as you said, you need the time.
Yeah.
If you get given the freedom to
Yeah.
fill up that time,
Yeah.
holy shit.
And you have a fucking masterpiece on your hands. It's yeah. Talking about redesigning, like the way Snyder wanted Steppenwolf from the start compared to what Justice League gave us, it's night and day.
You know why they changed? Well, one of the reasons why I read that they changed Steppenwolf is so it wouldn't look as scary to the kids.
Yeah. Well,
That's also a thing that people have issues with these movies, is that it's not kid friendly.
no. It
And
shouldn't.
Marvel is kid friendly.
Yeah.
So that's like it's sort of like take it or leave it.
Yeah.
It's like these things are. You could say that the kids might not be into it now, but as they grow, they will find it and they'll get into it. And go, geez, I can't believe that this was this intense.
Yeah.
Like it was so scary, but now it's still like got some
But
heft
I
to
mean, like, think about it. What kid hasn't watched The Conjuring or something? You know?
Yeah.
It's like when we were 12, we were watching Freddy. You know? Kids are gonna watch horrors. They're gonna be used to being scared already. And why dumb it down because of a rating? Maybe, I don't know. But talking about ratings, F-bombs. Whee! That was great.
Yeah, F-bombs.
I will fucking kill you.
But you said this before, that Man of Steel was a movie with a superhero in it. And Batman versus Superman was the same kind of thing.
And this again. Even though like when you have a group of people like in the same space wearing these costumes, it can get kind of like you know, a bit ridiculous. Which is why I think they went for the more kind of highly detailed Aquaman costume. Yeah.
And Cyborg wasn't so like designed; it was just like all bulleted,
But
like you know, it was just like, you know, faceted.
Yeah.
And then the Flash was just this pieces of 3D printed looking things, and it was supposed to look not like a complete design. But I still think, and I said to you earlier, I wish they kept Batman Superman from Batman vs Superman.
Yeah.
Batman's suit from Batman. Yes. His suit.
Yeah.
Because that, I mean, the suit from, well, his cowl in BVS, it didn't have as hardcore of a grimace.
Yeah.
They could have modified that, but I preferred the way the ears sat.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think the newer design is when, like right at the end, when he goes with a full tactical suit, when he's got the armor plating on it, sort of like that hybrid.
Yeah.
That worked.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think up to that point, it would have been rad. But whatever. I mean, that's nitpicking, and there's no way of complaint.
Yeah. Fuck. And like, I think this is another thing I pointed out in the video before is about Danny Elfman's score and how it was non-existent. But fuck me, was Junkie XL's thing is just, it was perfect. Everything, like, oh god. And like, just seeing all the stupid shit that Joss Whedon put in, like that cops and robbers intro scene with Batman and with his little sack like a 1950s robber. Boop, boop, boop. What is it?
Yeah.
They smell your fear. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
That whole concept was taken out of the movie.
Yeah.
That was injected into Justice League 2017, which is crazy.
Because that whole thing where he blew up the parademon, and then it was like the
little
boxes on the wall. It's like, are they encoded to reveal a pictograph? I mean, that was really dumb.
It was dumb.
The only cool thing from that scene that Joss Whedon did was just that single shot of Batman against the wall.
Oh
watching
yes,
it.
yeah.
That shot was
that
fucking incredible.
Yeah, that whole scene actually was more like a Michael Keaton Batman scene.
Yeah, but it was just like, you know, I remember seeing that and go, fuck,
Yeah,
that is a
cool,
great
it's
Batman
like in
shot.
the background, it's like, well, he's there?
Yeah, and then he's just like, he's like crouching against but that was a great shot.
That's
The
a good
scene
shot.
sucked.
Yeah.
That shot was like, fuck, that looks
And not
like
to
a great
mention
Batman.
that in that scene he mentioned Alfred's name
Yeah,
in front of him.
yeah.
Oh, who's Alfred?
Now, and also that scene, which also explains why I don't like certain superhero movies. Like Batman Begins, when I say should have been two movies, because the first half, 3/4 felt rushed, and they kept saying the word fear.
Yeah.
They're bringing
over
that
and
thing.
over, Yeah.
And in that scene in Justice League was the exact same thing. It's like, what is it? They smell fear.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so it's just bringing back down to that single word again.
Yeah.
And then I think he got that idea with the Amazonians when it's like show us your like show them your fears. Like
He was like, oh, fear. All right, I'll take that. Yep.
And it's like, you will fear me. It's like, show them your fear.
And that was like the only time it was used.
Yeah, exactly. I mean that it's hard to actually bring words to this. 'Cause there was just.
And I wonder, like, you know, the Flash is running.
Yeah.
It was similar, but it wasn't the same as in Justice League.
It didn't look as awkward, huh?
Yeah, it was. He still had that arm movement, but I think that's got to do with like bringing like Speed Force with him or something like that. But his legs were running like a bit more normal, whereas in Justice League it was like. Woo, woo.
Yeah, that was different. That one shot I know what you're talking about. That was an add-on. But the way he runs, in this, when you look at the fight scene with Superman, it's almost like clumsy because time has sort of been stretched or compressed or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So like your movements are kind of like, you know, not in sync. And because he's going so fast, but he's still experiencing it like normal.
Yeah.
That any movement is unreal.
Yeah.
So when he's running like that, it's almost like his strides are going for miles almost. And he's just like hitting the ground like that. He's building momentum.
Yeah.
That's what I think they're trying to get at, and that's what I picked up on. But like you said, that one scene in Justice League, it just looked weird.
It looked weird. Yeah. And who would have thought that? Like spoilers, everybody. I mean, you should know that by now. We do spoilers. But like the fact that Flash is the one who actually saved everybody in the end. That blew my mind.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that at all. It was great.
Yeah, it's like that he managed to like reverse
the time. Oh, and watch Superman come back together from being exploded was sick.
Yeah, dude, that was insane. And Wonder Woman wasn't as cheesy. She felt like she was still connected to a character in BVS.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of, I mean, remember in BVS when she was fighting against Doomsday and she looked like she was enjoying it?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, she gets beat up, she's like, like that.
Yeah.
That's almost like that kind of psychotic mindset, you know?
Yeah.
And then when they were fighting against Steppenwolf and then Superman was there, and she was like, now I'm going to have some fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that kind of thing, that came across really well. But they weren't afraid to kill him, man.
Yeah, no.
They were not afraid.
Oh, that was sick. Just the way that just chopped his head off into the boom tube and then Darkseid just steps on it. Oh God,
Jesus.
So good. And just killing parademons and man.
I know exactly
So
what
much
people are
more
going to
fun.
be saying about Darkseid, that he did nothing. But it's not
it's not his movie.
It wasn't him to do anything in here.
Yeah.
It's his presence that motivated everything in this movie.
Yeah. It's a setup, but obviously we'll see if we'll get it. But my doubts.
Yeah.
But
percentage-wise, what is your expectation? Do you think it could happen? I think it could.
It could. It definitely could. And I think they'd be silly not to. But I don't know. I'd say at the moment 40%.
40%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I kind of feel like I don't think it'll happen,
Yeah.
but I want it to.
I would love it.
Yeah.
But also, that's putting on a lot of expectation on him,
Yeah.
and also the actors. And I don't think Henry Cavill actually wants to do it.
Is it?
Because he only showed his support when he announced that it was going to be released.
Yeah,
In
that's
that
true.
watch along,
Yes, yeah.
that watch party of Man of
Steel, yeah.
That was the only time that he actually ever showed anything. But
Yeah.
he hasn't said anything behind
That's
it.
true. Yeah.
He's just been like, whatever. I don't actually think he's.
I don't think he wants to get his hopes up, probably, because I wouldn't want to. Just now, it just never happens, and stuck with that. Which is
Also,
horrible.
with Ray Fisher's whole
Yes.
thing with Warner Brothers and stuff, it's like, will they even allow him to be?
Yeah, exactly. No ways. Yeah.
So there's a lot of politics. I think that's going to ruin it.
Yeah, that's true. Unfortunate politics.
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe because this is it still falls under Warner, but it is a different entity from Warner Brothers
Yeah.
films, and then they got like what Warner Media, AT&T.
Yeah.
So maybe it's possible. And plus, it seems to be getting very positive reviews. It seems to be well received. So who knows? Maybe the streaming is the way to go, so that you can make sure that it's long enough to tell the story that you want to tell.
Yeah, because they wanted to make this like a mini-series.
Yeah, I mean that could have worked. I mean those 6 episodes were 6 episodes. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much like the split up
I
in
think
6
that's
parts.
yeah, and I think they didn't want to do that anymore because of contracts.
Yeah.
And they have to pay them for each episode.
Maybe. But even if they did split it up each episode, we would have watched all of them in one stream.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to wait a week for that. No thanks. No thanks. We live in a different era. We want our stuff now.
Yeah, dude. I mean, there was so many things in there that felt fleshed out a lot better, and we spoke about it earlier. Was like they plan to resurrect Jesus, Superman. That was a cool shot.
That was a very good shot. I wish it had lasted longer.
Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I mean, I get it. I get why he gave him the black suit.
Yeah.
But it would have been rad if the ship gave him the black suit as his only, or instead of giving the options, because he walks in.
Yes, yeah.
There was that suit that Lex Luthor should steal and use for himself.
I'm sure that's what.
And then there's that one that looks like what Fiora wore, which was half battle, half like whatever.
Yeah.
And then there was the diplomatic blue and red, and then there was the black.
Yeah.
And the black in the comic book was regenerative.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So that makes sense.
It would have made sense if there was some form of communication to us that the black suit was the suit that was given to him.
I think that's the thing that we needed. Yeah.
We needed
just
that
a little bit,
because it just felt like they gave him the black suit because it's the black suit.
Yeah.
There wasn't any real reason, but.
I mean, what would have been kiff is like the thing opens, the blue suit comes out, and it sees that he's been, he's not ready, and then it goes black. And
because the suits are generated.
Yeah.
Surely.
So then he takes the black suit, and then, but then we don't see him get a new suit, except in the future scenes where we see him in blue again. Even the shirt grip wasn't blue.
Yeah, it was blue and red, but they changed it to black.
Yeah. So in this one, it's black at the end when he does the shirt grip. But yeah, it would be interesting to see like if they get to do it another movie, like how will they say like, oh well, then why are you wearing blue now again? Just needs something.
I think what he explained with regards to the black suit is that it was like a second chance, and then he was only going to put on the blue and red to know that like
he's Superman again.
Yeah, he's the person that everyone expects him to be. That's the justification, and that's what you have to take from it.
Yeah.
But because they explained everything, I mean, there was exposition in here a lot, but it was actually quite functional.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if there was something like that about why he came in a black suit, something like maybe even the ship, like explaining something.
The old Kido voice coming over the speakers or something.
Yeah, then that would have given a little bit of, it would have sold to me
why he would have the black suit besides just having the black suit because he had it in the comic book.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the only thing, but it really wasn't
No.
It wasn't like, fuck, I wish he wasn't
Yeah.
blue and red.
Yeah, a friend of mine messaged me saying, I don't fucking understand why he's in a black suit. It's wrong. I don't know why. It's stupid. I was like, calm down. There's a reason. It's regenerative, but yes, okay, fine. I mean, he should know that. Come on. Fucking Norway. Anyway,
Yeah, but you
he won't watch this.
probably not. But has he seen it?
Yeah,
No,
because that's
then
when he messaged me. He
that's
was
probably
I was
why-
Don't tell me anything.
No, but that's probably what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
probably what
Yeah.
he's experiencing. It's like
Yeah.
they just gave him the black suit
Yeah.
because people wanted to see him in
Yeah.
the black suit.
Yeah.
And also, I know from the previous reports after they revealed that the movie was redone and then released, that there was that scene that Bruce Wayne would wake up and there would be Toma Ray and
Oh, that's right. Yeah, and Pooza. Balrog, I want to say. I don't know why.
Kilgore.
Kilgore.
Whatever.
Yes.
I
yeah.
forget.
Yeah.
But that
Pooza.
they were going to be
The
there.
one standing there. Yeah.
And instead they put Martian Manhunter.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is
I
good.
appreciate that Martian Manhunter's in here, but I think he just figured out, hey, we can make him Martian Manhunter, and then they just made it.
Oh, I don't know. I think there's something I thought about when somebody mentioned it, and I thought that's actually a very good point. At the end of Man of Steel, when him and Ferris are driving in the car and the satellite comes down,
Yeah.
he does what happens? Something happens, and he. Oh no, sorry. Backtrack. That's not what I'm. When they're in the detention center and he's talking to Lois.
Yeah, and then like he goes up and he breaks a chain and everyone moves back.
Everyone moves back,
But
but he stays.
Yes.
So I don't know. Maybe it was always I don't know if it was a definite plan, but I think he would have thought like if anybody, it's going to be him. And I think I think it was kind of planned. Another thing. Oh my god. Justice. The very brief and fuck all emotional scene that Martha Kent and Lois had at work was shit compared to the beautiful scene they had in her apartment. I mean,
Even though it wasn't really her, but still.
yes, but still, like that scene was great compared to the other one.
Yes, I totally agree.
Yeah.
No, but as we were watching this, I was thinking back to Justice League, and that must have been quite the feat to come up with a modified storyline out of all that stuff, because there was parts that they took from two different scenes to build up one.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. Yeah.
So, like, if you look at it that way, I mean, they did do quite an insane task.
And pretty quickly as well.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
And that will obviously, it wouldn't have been so bad if they just left it. But again, we wouldn't have gotten this 4-hour stretch.
That's true. We'd never have got it.
So, I mean, is the cause of pushing for the rights of the director more important than having it been done properly in the first place?
Yeah. That's a question as old as time, I believe is the word, the saying.
Yeah.
I think, probably. I think, yeah. I mean, you got to think about it this way, like, so now we got the Zack Snyder's Justice League. What about David Ayer's cut? But the thing to me with that is that it's a completely different story. David Ayer still shot that whole movie, although it was edited differently to the way he wanted. But this is different. This was taken. It's not even it's the plot is similar, is the same, but everything in that plot is different, in my opinion. Yeah.
I'm very keen to see if they will do the David Ayer Suicide Squad. I'll be very keen.
But I suppose, at the end of the day, he wouldn't have to reshoot anything. He just has to edit it the way he wanted it.
Edit it back.
I think that's which is probably easier to do. Yeah. So it's possible. But I don't think it's the same. It's not like going, oh, David Ayer deserves a shot at it as well. But it's just not the same situation.
David Ayer's issue came from this. like them having to decide for themselves to get Justice League remade is what impacted Suicide Squad as well.
That's true.
So and I really don't think that they're going to expand on this at all. So there is no real point in expanding on David Ayers because now they've got another Suicide Squad movie, and I think they kind of just written that off.
Yeah,
I
think so.
I think they kind of written all of this off. So if they're going to do it, then they're going to have what they would have to do is fix Ayers, and then make Justice League 2 and 3, and then have it end there, so that the Wonder Woman movie, Man of Steel, BVS, Suicide Squad, and Justice League 1, 2, and 3 are tied together, and then Aquaman is on its own shtick.
Yeah.
And Shazam, I don't know where Shazam fits.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But
then again, it's the I think we've been saying it all along is that the Flash is going to try and reboot.
That's the only way they can do it.
Yeah, that would be the only smart way.
Because he's shown that he can go, he can manipulate his position in time.
Yeah.
And he did it twice in this movie.
Absolutely.
But they haven't showed him using the Speed Force to, not go between worlds as such, but what if he goes so far back that it changes the courses of events, which is what Flashpoint is.
Yeah, exactly.
But then if they go Flashpoint, then they're gonna have to go far out of the story of Flashpoint, because that is another disaster fucking movie. Because Wonder Woman and Aquaman become tyrants, and murder everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I think they need to take the idea of Flashpoint, not what happens in Flashpoint. They need to adjust it to fit what's happened in this cinematic universe.
Yeah, and it's going to be like Civil War, where they take the name and totally go separately.
Oh yes. Yeah.
So then, if we use Civil War as an example, they shouldn't call it Flashpoint.
No, but I think they're not going to anymore. I think they've actually said that it's not Flashpoint.
Good.
Yeah.
I don't think it should be.
No, it should not be.
Yes, but
yeah, it's visually amazing.
I liked how Cyborg was fleshed out.
Yes.
They say that he was the heart of the movie. That's what everyone says.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah, I suppose so. I still think Batman's the heart of the story.
Yeah, I would say so as well.
Yeah. But it is cool to see Cyborg getting more, more scenes and more backstory. It was cool. It was very nice.
All of them actually got quite good backstory.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah. There was more scenes with Flash. That was nice. That little saving Iris scene.
Yeah.
I mean, even though that, the sausage joke was pretty. I was a bit surprised by that. That didn't come across as a very Zack Snyder thing to do, but yeah.
No, but I know what you're saying.
And actually, in actual fact, a lot of the jokes that I thought were Joss Whedon's jokes
were in this
movie. Yeah. So that's interesting. So he definitely took some guidance to say like, okay, we'll put some.
Yeah, he was told to chuck in some jokes, and I think he did.
Yeah.
And because they were not so heavily jokish.
Yeah.
And so all over the place. That they sort of landed sufficiently.
It wasn't sufficiently. Is a good
I didn't crack up laughing. Go, ha! I just the funniest thing I said is like, ha! He said it. That's it. The hot dog thing, I definitely think he was told to do that. But he made it like, I need to get this job as well. He goes, the hot dog, I can use that. And use it with the dogs.
So, and that points again to your little note earlier about things getting explained.
Yeah.
So at the time you're like, oh Jesus, what is this, a dick joke? Oh, he's gonna have.
Or
some
they're
food
doing the
later.
X-Men thing.
Yeah.
Quicksilver.
Yeah. But then afterwards, he was feeding dogs, trying to get a job. So interesting.
Yeah.
Well done. Yeah. It's a joke with a joking payoff at the end.
Yes.
Yes.
And the digging up of Clark Kent's body.
Yeah.
That scene, that felt a lot more cohesive than the reshot one.
Felt more serious as well because that.
Even though it was funnier, it was more serious.
Yeah. But it didn't have that. Let's fist bump. Oh, we're not ready for that yet. Okay. And it, again.
Racially charged. All that bullshit.
Yeah.
I think he goes like, you know that we could do this in a nanosecond.
Yeah.
And then he's like, just
Yeah.
just do your job. Yeah.
Yeah, and the whole getting into, fuck, man, getting into the ship with the body, like that whole thing was planned.
That was
to
great.
a T, like the whole biohazard thing and everything.
And they were like effortlessly just walking through.
Yeah,
And in Justice League, they just sort of like
it just
arrived there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's
And also with Stone, when they go and rescue him out from like that from that thing with the first parademons fight.
Yes.
In Justice League, he was also just there.
Yeah. He was
But
just
in this
like,
one, you see him getting kidnapped and
taken in there. Yeah.
As we were saying, like with when they go find
My Pixies
Stone.
magically disappeared.
when they go get Stone like the first time, you see him actually being taken there,
Yes.
and then he's interrogating everyone, and then they sort of like find him there. In the previous one, he was just there.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and you forget about that. You go like, how did he end up there?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You kind of have to assume that when he saw the parademon, he got taken.
Yeah.
But just the shots of him being taken
Yeah.
there is actually kind of cool to see. Like he's like they holding him
Yeah.
because he's a scientist, and they want to find out.
Yeah, it's just these little things like that that just help the story be more, like you said, more cohesive. Just makes it better. You know,
Yeah.
like little details that you think, you know, on the editing floor when you're trying to cut it down to 2 hours, like that'll be gone for sure. But
Yeah.
it really helps. It helps the viewer. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if this sort of thing is going to change the way cinema is from now on in terms of these sorts of movies. I don't know.
Yeah, good question.
Good question, Agata.
I don't know how much this is going to
Yeah.
affect, but I think there is going to be an effect of some sort.
Yeah. Thanks, COVID.
Yeah, I mean, it's quite amazing that they've actually done this because they were given a green light, obviously before that they announced it was happening. So they were probably been working on this for the last year and a half,
Probably. Yeah.
maybe a little bit longer. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Let's just say a year and a half
Yeah.
from home, like you said.
Yeah.
And obviously the guys that were doing all the rendering, they can't do that at home. No one's machine is able to
Yeah,
render
yeah.
Steppenwolf like that over
Yeah.
a weekend.
Yeah.
It takes like a weekend to do like a frame or
Yeah,
some shit,
exactly.
you know?
Yeah.
So how they pulled this off is actually quite beyond belief. And Tom Hulkenberg, what's his name? Junkie XL.
Yes.
He's going by Tom Hulkenberg now.
Yeah.
He fucking
Oh, it's
added
a-
extra
yeah,
scores and he
yeah.
rescored shit.
Rescored everything. Yeah. Well, not everything, but yeah. And it was great. I loved that. I loved the music in this one. Yeah. Just totally, just powerful. There was like bits of everything in there, like classical, like, you know, like old school cinema themes, you know, if you think about like John Williams style stuff.
Yeah.
And there was like his newer stuff, and then
Yeah.
there was Hans Zimmer stuff in there. There was some like electric guitars in there.
Yeah.
Tribal stuff, and then there was that really cool stuff with the Amazonians with that like sort of gladiator style.
Yeah.
Which was really nice. I like that kind of thing. Just
Yeah.
Gladiator's one of my favorites scores, and I think that wasn't that Hans Zimmer? I think it was.
I don't know. Like I told you before, I never really pay attention to
I
the
know.
scores, but
I'm a musician, you see.
I'm a drummer.
Yeah.
But because of
So
Justice
useful
League,
there.
because of 2017 Justice League and this one, you are listening out for that.
Yeah.
And it was better. And also, there's a lot of songs in here which are like covers, but I
yes.
think those are songs that his daughter
Yeah.
Autumn
I think
liked.
it means something to that. Yeah.
Yeah, so he put those in there, and he also said it was like for Autumn.
Yes, that's true.
So I think he chucked in those songs in there because
Yeah.
they were her favorite songs.
Yeah. I didn't. None of those songs detracted me in any way. I don't think.
They
No.
didn't detract me, but I knew
But you
why.
noticed it, yeah,
I noticed
yeah,
it
yeah.
because it was very. I'm not going to say jarring. It's very opposite of everything else that was happening in the background.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but it was specific scenes as well. Like, so it managed to fit the scene quite well.
It did.
Yeah,
It did.
yeah. So yeah, it was noticeable, but I didn't have a problem with it in any way.
No.
No.
I'm glad also that Aquaman wasn't like a dick as well in this one.
Yeah, that stupid thing with the lasso of truth. Yeah, that was gone. Thank God.
Yeah.
And not one. Yeah, none of that was in there.
He did one.
Once when Cyborg threw him.
Yeah,
that was the only
he was
one.
like, yeah,
Yeah,
like that.
Wasn't that?
And also, I don't think he had the line in there that was from the original trailer. It's like, honestly, I think we're all gonna die. He didn't say that.
No, he didn't. Huh? Yeah. Well, I'm sure there's still, you got to cut something along the way.
Yeah, you have to.
But yeah, I didn't really think about that. I wasn't sure. Yeah.
It doesn't really matter.
No.
Because there was a lot of stuff that was in the trailers that were alternative shots.
Mm-hmm.
Like when Mira comes up and she was like, in the trailer it was totally different and more quicker than her.
Yeah.
In this one, that shot was like slower, like she's like going, what the hell's going on?
Actually, talking about that, something I did notice was that in some of the shots that were used in Justice League, like I think in particular I noticed it when Batman is fighting a parademon or a couple of them.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's when they go get Victor's dad, and he does like and he does like that, and he breaks the thing, and he does another one. It's like in the Justice League version, it was at 1 speed, like the 1 times 1.0 speed, but in this one it was like much quicker, so it actually like had more impact. It was like Batman was a lot quicker than was filmed at. It was filmed at this pace. And maybe Joss didn't realize it. He was like, that's fine. But his idea was always to speed it up so it made him look.
Yeah. Yeah, but again, the guy that does Ben Affleck stunts, he's got a very different mouth. His mouth is a lot bigger.
Oh, okay.
He's like, and you see it, it's like, okay, that's the dude. I didn't notice it the first time in the warehouse fight scene in BBS.
Yeah.
But then, like, after watching it, after like the 12th time that I saw the movie,
then
I was like watching. It's like, that's a different guy.
Yeah, I don't think we're supposed to be paying attention to his mouth, though.
Well, you don't really, you can't help yourself.
Yeah.
You can't help yourself after seeing it for the 12th time.
No, yeah, you start to look at different things.
I think I'll have to get another copy of BBS on Blu-ray because I probably wore it out.
Classic.
Yeah. Yeah, but dude, also now let's talk about Clark Kent.
Yes, yeah, that is a problem for me. Yeah, he's alive now. Clark Kent. How do they explain that? Superman you can explain, but how do you explain Clark Kent?
Yeah,
they buried him
because he had
a funeral,
and he was in the street with the suit and tie.
Yeah, and he was at his mom's house, walking around when they were moving stuff back in.
Yes.
So that's something I'm a little bit.
I think it's one of the things that you just kind of have to gloss over because comic book movie.
Yes, fair enough. I understand comic book movies.
But
it seemed a bit I think they shouldn't have had a funeral for Clark. He was just missing from the events that happened.
Yeah.
Because I'm actually not trying to remember.
Coincidental that he died at the same time.
Yeah. But I'm trying to remember now if the newspaper report said that when it had his picture, did it say Daily Planet journalist dies?
I think it was just journalist.
Was it journalist missing? Or did it say journalist dies?
I think it was. I can't remember.
I can't remember. But anyway, yeah, I think if they had have left, but then again, they couldn't have had the duality of the two separate funerals, which is obviously what they were going for. Yeah. Now
there was another thing that I wanted to bring up. I'm pretty sure we're coming to the end now. But there was another thing I was going to bring up. Remember in the nightmare scene in BBS?
Yes.
When Superman goes, "She was my world and you took her from me."
Mm-hmm.
Now in the original storyline for Justice League on those storyboards, Bruce Wayne boned her and they were going to have a little whippersnapper.
I don't think. No, that's not how I read it.
No, there was that Superman came back, and then he was going to help raise the son of Lois and Bruce.
Oh.
But
I thought it was just that Bruce was in love with her, but she didn't want anything to do with it. Anyways, I don't know.
No, but in the thing it said.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't read the whole thing.
And the idea was that little kid would grow up to be the next Batman.
Okay.
and obviously because it's human, not
Yeah.
superhuman,
Yes.
like half Krypton, half whatever.
Yeah.
But now there was in a drawer there was a little pregnancy
test, yeah.
and also and they said like the power of the mother box.
Yeah.
And they cut the
Cut
nose
straight to
thing,
her.
and you go like, that's quite
Yeah,
quite
on the nose.
on the nose like a mother box.
Yeah.
But so
Yeah.
you
But what
reckon
about-
she's with Bambino?
Maybe she's got a bambino. I don't know how long actually. How long does this movie take place after?
After Superman died.
Yeah.
Couldn't have been too long.
Yeah. Probably like a few months, maybe. But then she'd already know she's pregnant.
Showing.
Yeah.
And why would she keep the pregnancy test in the cupboard?
Yeah. She boned Batman.
You see what I'm getting with
Yeah, I
this?
see what you're getting
Because
at. Yeah.
he says like she was my world and you took her from me.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only other way that would make any sense if it's not that she boned Bruce Wayne is that he places Bruce as responsible for the death of
Yes,
her.
yeah. Because now we know that whole plan about the love interest between them was cut a long time ago.
Yeah.
So in that final scene with the Joker,
Yeah.
he says again, Joker says to him like, "You're the reason that she's dead," basically. So
Yeah.
I think it's something else. And then we saw in that in Cyborg's dream
Yes.
that Superman was holding her,
Yes.
well, her charred body.
Yes.
So
That was grim.
in some way he's responsible for it. I don't think it's going to have anything to do with him boning her,
Yeah.
bataranged her.
I think they definitely took away that thing where Bruce and
Yeah.
Lois bumped uglies.
Yeah, but then you have to come up with another way to explain what he meant.
Yes.
Something darker.
But that's the thing now. I mean, this was left sort of on a cliffhanger, but not really as a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
It wasn't really a cliffhanger.
No, because that's...
It was nicely tied off at the end that if it ends here, we just know that they are coming together and we have an idea of what will happen and in those nightmare scenes, especially with the Joker, there is obviously a plan there. And then if it doesn't resolve, it'll be like Masters of the Universe where Skeletor comes back and like, I'll be back, but never does.
Never does, yeah.
The cliffhanger at the end, it's like
it leaves it wide open, but it also doesn't. It's also fine the way it is. Sort of. In a way.
Yeah.
It's okay. They brought the team together. That was the plan for Bruce. That's happened.
Yeah,
There's a couple of little cliffhangers there with Martian Manhunter as well.
Yeah, because they hinted that they have a plan to defeat whatever when it happens. But I don't think we'll see it.
No, we won't. It's a sad thing.
It's a sad thing, yeah.
It's a pity, but yes, it's fine. I'm just happy that we got this.
I'm very happy.
I think this is good fan satisfaction and closure for Zack as well. You know, being able to share this for his
must
daughter.
be
and
massive
stuff.
closure.
Yeah, exactly.
Massive closure.
Must make him.
But
feel
also
good, yeah.
fucking massive extra work on his fucking head.
Yeah.
That guy. You see when he started Man of Steel that he was built like a brick shithouse.
Yeah.
And now he just looks like he's aged 20 years.
Yeah, shame. Yeah, but you know, personal tragedy does that too.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Yeah. But you know, he's got Army of the Dead coming out.
Yeah, that's
So
gonna
he's
be
been
interesting.
working on that as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's been
And
a
the
busy man.
animated Army of the Dead spin-off. There's
okay,
an
I don't know
animated
about
version of that as well.
Okay, cool. That's cool.
So he's
Okay.
been doing a lot of stuff.
He's a busy boy.
He also did a music video for Barry Allen. What is his name?
Yeah. Not Justin Long, the other one.
Yeah. he made a
Budget
music
Justin
video.
Long.
He made a music video for him as well.
Okay. That's nice. I was watching some of his old music videos from the 80s and 90s.
Which ones were they?
He did a lot of Morrissey, like a couple of Morrissey tracks.
Morrissey?
Yeah.
What? Wow. Okay.
Some terrible hair metal band.
Was it Giant?
No, I don't even remember like that. They didn't become anything. Yeah, just go onto his IMDb page right at the bottom, and you'll see all the music videos he did.
Did you see his?
Oh, and the Soul Asylum, not Runaway Train, but a different. What was it? Fuck, I don't remember. But yeah.
Did you watch his movie Snow something or other that he published on a Vero that he shot with just iPhones. It was like a short film. Let's check it out.
I didn't see that.
It came out quite cool.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'll share a link with you to check it out.
So much.
Because it's on Vero. You can
It's
watch
on
it there.
Vero.
I actually think it's on YouTube as well. I mean,
Probably.
Must be.
Oh,
But
without
you
a
know,
doubt.
and he shot that just with iPhones.
Nice.
That was after he got booted off Justice League.
Yeah. Which is, yeah. And that scene with the Joker and that at the end he shot in his backyard apparently.
Yeah,
With his own camera.
yeah.
Obviously a nice camera.
And you can tell that he shot it instead of his normal DP because everything was like up close.
Up close, yeah. Yeah.
But I think he also did it up close to try and not to have too much work for background stuff.
Exactly, that is very true. But also to sort of, I think to try and give Jared Leto a bit of the FaceTime. Like,
How creepy was he?
much creepier than before, and his tattoos are gone, which is nice.
Yeah, I mean, like we did say that in Suicide Squad that he had the potential of being like a really scary Joker.
Yeah. Yeah.
And another guy like Hunker, but when he says that in the movie, like you see, he's like psychotic. He's like,
Yeah.
you know, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And in the trailer of Suicide Squad, when he goes, "I'm going to hurt you real bad,"
Yeah.
the first trailer, it was way more menacing because he was
Yes.
smiling at the time. He was
Yeah.
going like, "I'm just going to hurt you
Yeah.
real." It was like he was going to enjoy it, and then
Yeah.
the one they put in the movie is like he's trying to be all mean.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
Yeah.
But like this, you can see he's like, obviously it's much later. Everything else is going mad, but he still finds it hilarious.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it looks like his mouth is constantly bleeding,
Yeah, yeah,
but he sounds like insane.
yeah.
And he gives like that card as a truce. Yeah. He goes, as long as you have this
Yeah.
card, I will help you.
Yeah.
But that's that.
Yeah.
As long as you got this card, then it's fine.
And that's when we get the great Batman F-bomb. Oh,
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah. I promise.
There was
you,
another
I will
one, but I don't
fucking
remember
kill
what it was now. What was the other F-bomb?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to watch it again. I'm definitely gonna watch this
Oh,
again.
yeah. I'm going to watch it when I get home. Or tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow. It's a bit,
I'm
it's a bit
definitely
late.
gonna watch this again. This was quite something.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
also like I said with the aspect ratio, you get used to it.
Yeah,
As
absolutely.
you said, you get used to it. But I would have preferred.
It would have been nice to see the whole
that's-
widescreen, but
That's a personal preference thing, and that's as far as you can expect.
yeah, no, yeah, it's just gonna be a bit shit to watch on a smaller screen. Yeah,
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
the thing. You need a big screen to make it feel like it's
yeah,
bigger.
Yeah,
Even my screen, which is bigger than the screen at Carolyn's place, it felt smaller. But even
Yeah.
though you got more of the picture,
Yeah.
it still feels smaller because those black bars on
Yeah.
the side makes
Yeah.
it feel like it's more.
yeah. I'm just gonna have to invest in a projector or something.
A projector would be an HD or 2K projector would be even better.
Yeah,
But then you'll need a solid flat wall
flat walls,
and absolute darkness.
absolute darkness imprisoning me.
Yeah, all I can say is that it's. I remember when he said that it's coming on HBO Max, and it was literally like 5 seconds afterwards. You said to me a message going, "We have to make a video of this
Yeah.
when it comes out."
Yeah. Just felt right. It just seemed to be the only way, the only film that really deserved to be
Because to be
checked out down again. Yeah,
because to be totally honest, I don't care for anything else.
not really. No.
There's
No.
a whole lot of hype that people trying to push on Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Oh.
I got no
Yeah.
interest to see that.
No. One
There's-
Division.
One Division, I've got no interest to see that either. I don't care if it's actually good or not.
No.
I've got no interest.
Yeah, exactly.
Like Moss in a IT crowd. He goes like, if I didn't go into IT, I always thought I would have got into the theater. It's like the smell of the grease, the roar of the paint, you know. And then the guy says like, why did you do it? It's like, well, I just never had the interest. Same thing.
Yeah.
It's like I have no interest.
Yeah.
And also the Superman and Lois TV show. I don't care if that's
No,
good.
no.
I've got no fucking interest
No.
because the only thing that I had interest in is this, and I
Yeah.
feel like this is the
Yeah.
end for me now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because I was getting very annoyed with every following movie review that we did of a comic book movie.
Yeah.
Because it was, it's not my fault. It's not their fault. It's just that I am going way out of the target market.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
I'm
Yeah,
getting
yeah.
further away from it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to crawl my way back in. and this felt like it was made
Yeah.
for people like me.
Yes, exactly. Yes, there's a certain gravitas to this
Yeah.
movie that others just don't have.
Because this will hold a lot longer
Mm.
than, say, Avengers.
Yeah.
Avengers was cool when it came out, but now it feels like kind of like hokey.
Yeah, like
You know?
I can't even think when last I watched it.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, and I've still watched like Man of Steel and BVS a few times since then.
Yeah.
So yeah,
The only Marvel movie that I watched multiple times was the Edward Norton Hulk movie.
oh right,
And Captain America Winter Soldier.
yeah,
Because those two
yeah,
were in the same kind
Yes.
of line of what I
yes,
want.
that's true. There was it certainly felt more mature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And these are fucking mature.
Very much so. Yeah,
And again, it's the thing, it's a movie with superheroes in it, and it's not a superhero movie.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
Yeah.
a very big distinction.
Yeah,
And
I
everything
agree.
else they're making it to be a superhero something. And I'm not interested in that.
yeah,
Because I would rather just read the comic book. Because
Yeah.
that's where the stuff makes sense on the page.
exactly.
You know?
You got a good point, man.
Yeah. That's a rant, but
Yeah.
still. I mean, like,
Save that for your arts rants.
you take a comic book and you make it into a movie, it's not going to work.
Yeah,
You have to
Yeah.
do something with it. You have to do something that's a bit that fits in the universe.
yeah, and
Like
fits-
Flash's Flash's suit. It,
Yeah,
When people first saw it, and I also thought when I first saw it, I was like, what the fuck is that?
yeah,
But
yeah.
when you see it, that like he had to make it himself, and it's all
Yeah.
this stuff that prevents like friction and
Yeah.
heat, and it's also hard, and he
Yeah.
falls all the time
yeah,
and hard.
yeah.
So it's like, okay, it makes sense why he's got those plates
Yeah.
there.
And as we saw in that scene with Iris saving Iris, like his shoes explode.
Yeah, his shoes disintegrate, and that's exactly what happened. And also, you see when he was grabbing her, he wasn't just yanking her down; he was
It's
like,
very,
slowly.
very softly. Like,
Because if he yanked her, he would have snapped her neck
Yeah,
or
exactly.
broke her spine or something.
yeah, very well.
So
thought.
there's those things in there where if it was just a normal comic book movie, they would just yank it and
Yeah.
everything's cool.
Yeah,
And they would be like, no, it's those little details. Even though the science doesn't really make sense, but it makes sense
Yeah.
in this. In the
Yeah,
movie.
yeah, exactly.
And also with them going between, jumping back in time in the next movie, there was like you can only do it once a year or whatever because of how the Earth is in position.
Oh yeah.
But the thing is, the Earth doesn't just spin around the
Yeah.
sun like this; it goes like that.
yeah.
So their system of time travel would never work ever.
Yeah.
You know? Unless they say that the sun is dead still and the
Yeah.
universe doesn't fucking move,
Yeah.
then maybe.
Then maybe.
But still,
Yeah. So there's different ways to talk about that. It's actually just pinpoints in time
yeah.
rather than an actual linear time travel.
Yeah.
Which is
And if you were to travel back in time, there, the only way it would make sense is that if you literally go back in time and everything in your experience is going back as well. So
Yeah.
the world be turning like this, but then it would actually be going like that as you go.
And then you wouldn't be a Flash anymore.
Then you wouldn't be Flash.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't. And they would be able to travel back in time to any point in the
Yeah.
universe.
Yeah.
So, but that's
But I don't know. Science.
science.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I there's we could talk for
Yeah,
hours,
exactly,
but
yeah,
I think
it's
we
just-
should cut it off now.
yeah.
But
I'd say cheers, Zach, for autumn. Well done, sir. You've
Oh,
made
yeah.
everyone proud. Cheers.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's not alcohol, but it's fine.
Pepsi, it's a choice of the new generation.
That's what Michael Jordan said. Or was it Michael Jackson?
It was Michael Jackson,
Ah, cool.
and it was Garth in Wayne's World.
Yeah.
No, it was Wayne. Yes, and it's the choice of the new generation.
Tiny, yellow.
New print, little, yellow, different. Yeah,
Anyways.
I have no idea how long this is. I think
Yeah.
this is about as long as the first Justice League movie.
Oof.
But
Yes.
I'm gonna have a good time editing this.
I'm sure you won't. But anyways, thanks for watching if you have.
Yeah,
Drop a
deuce.
deuce in the deuce section. Click subscribe if you haven't, and make sure to like that video, and we'll see you at the next one. No, we won't. I was doing a... Never mind.
Would we ever
YouTube.
would we ever do another one?
It very much depends what Zack Snyder wants to do next.
Because I think we're just gonna be like one video every couple of years.
Yeah, and it'll be fun to see how we age. It'll be great.
Yeah.
The last one was what, 3 years ago. So,
3.
But
Yeah, I'm just really glad that this has come out, and it's
very
actually
happy.
it's actually quite crazy that it has.
It has. It's an incredible monumental feat. We will stand by your monument, or whatever that phrase is.
I want that figure. That the monument that they made for Superman.
Yeah.
I want that statue.
Yes.
It's fucking great.
It's amazing. It's perfect.
I wonder if they have made that. There must be.
There must be. Yeah. We're rambling now. Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Sneakily got my 2 thumbs up in there.
No, we didn't even give a rating that it doesn't need to.
No. But you said we wouldn't. So
Yeah. I hope all of that works. Now I've got to go through all my memory cards. Fuck.